from March the 18th, 2025. An okay show for the most part. This show was not as good as last week's show was, and it clearly showed, but it is what it is. Not every show is going to be a home run, but this show was okay nonetheless. So this leads us into the first match of the night. Chelsea Green, she defeats Ruka to retain the Women's U.S. Championship with the help of Piper Niven and Alba Fire. That's fine there. Zarya got involved. And Ruka ended up taking out both Alba Fire and Piper Niven. But to no avail, Chelsea got the win via the Unpretty Her for the 1-2-3. Nice. Good stuff here. Makes sense. An easy win for Chelsea Green. Cool. Back to the main roster she goes, I guess. Moving on. So Jevon Evans, he's backstage. He's talking to Trick Williams in the locker room. Jevon says that he finally sees where Trick is coming from. You can't trust anybody. Trick says he doesn't want to be Jevon's friend. His sole focus is getting his NXT Championship back. Trick says Jevon Evans will never be him, nor will he ever be NXT champion. I'm like, damn, Jevon. Damn, Trick. You gonna be like that? Damn, bruh. Trick tells Jevon to tighten up. So Lexis King shows up and says that Jevon's lucky he's not eating through a straw anymore. And then Jevon punches Lexis King, which is kind of funny. So that's cool there. It makes sense. Clearly, Trick is kind of unhinged. He's still trying to control his emotions. He's still letting that anger feed into him. So I do like that. So that's interesting. That's interesting there. Moving on. So Stacks, he suggests that Tony D stay in the back during that mixed tag match. Stacks wants him to get back to 100% for his championship rematch. He's proud that the underboss is finally listening to him. And then the family, they plan to make the Don proud. Okay, that's fine. Okay, stuff there. Which, spoiler alert, it doesn't happen. So it is what it is. Moving on. So Stephanie Vacker is out next. She gets on the mic. And she said that she needs to be honest, that it's difficult for her because English is not her strong suit, but wrestling is her first language. She said she had the opportunity to go to any promotion or brand, but she chose to select NXT because she wanted to make history and make it in the best women's division on the planet. Last week, she proved why she was the La Primera. Holding these two titles makes her the best. And now she's waiting for her first opponent, the woman, to step in the ring and look her in her eyes. So Jordynne Grace shows up. She congratulates Stephanie Vacker, calls her a trailblazer. And then she said that she accomplished something last week. And then Jaida Parker showed up. Jaida Parker beat the shit out of Jordynne Grace, which was great. So Jaida Parker cuts an amazing promo. She says that Jordynne Grace is not the first in line for anything. The line starts and ends with Miss Parker. She's not going to sit back. She's shooting her shot and taking opportunities ahead of stand and deliver. Jaida says that Stephanie Vacker should bask in her glory, maximize being a double champion because this won't last much longer. Jaida Parker is standing 10 toes down and looking Stephanie in her eyes. She's not playing. She's coming for that NXT Women's Championship. This was great. I love it from Jaida Parker. Jaida Parker kicks major ass. Not only is she good in the ring, and not only does she look good, but she's a total package. She's phenomenal on the mic. She has improved leaps and bounds, and she is so damn good. Jaida Parker is damn sure going to be a champion for sure. She's going to be a star. She is going to be a star. This girl is going places. She's tremendous. I love this. Moving on. So, this leads us into a match that I did not care about. that being Josh Briggs and Inamura. They defeated Hank and Tank. Who cares? It's not important. I don't care about this. Moving on. So this leads us into Eddie Thorpe. He's backstage. He says that he has a lot of things in common with Ridge Holland. No matter what they do, it's never enough. Ridge doesn't want to be pushed to the side for a new shiny sports entertainer in Ricky Starks when he's been putting in all these years of hard work for the company. Eddie Thorpe calls Trick Williams a sports entertainer as well, and he'll take care of him in the underground later on tonight. Okay, that's fine. It seems like they're going to form a tag team here with these guys, which actually makes perfect sense, obviously, since they both lost their matches. Spoiler alert. So that's fine there. Moving on, another match I didn't give a single fuck about. That was the Calling. They defeated the Family with the help of the Dark State, which is that new Renegade stable. They took out Tony D towards the end of the match. So that's what happened on the Titantron. Okay, that's fine. Makes sense there. Vance, he got the win. He did like a torture rack neck breaker for the 1, 2, 3, which was kind of cool. So that's pretty cool. Moving on. So Ava tells Stephanie Baker that she'll be putting her NXT Women's Championship on the line against Jaida Parker next week. So Fallon Henley shows up. She still doesn't understand why she hadn't received her championship rematch. Ava reminds Fallon that Stephanie already has a match next week. That's not Fallon's problem. If Stephanie's really La Primera, then she should be able to fight her after her match with Jaida Parker. So Stephanie then proceeds to accept Fallon's challenge. Ava tells Fallon, "Don't let the door hit you on the way out." Okay, that's fine. So Stephanie's gonna be in 2 matches next week. So she's gonna be pulling double duty. Cool shit there. Good shit. Moving on. JT Jane, she defeated Carmen Petrovich. Okay. I guess they're still feuding, I guess. I don't know if Carmen Petrovich is a heel or not. I don't know. It seems like they're already breaking up. It seems like because Ashanti the Adonis, he wanted her to use heel tactics or whatever to win the match. I don't know. I thought that this was fine, I guess, but not really all that important. It doesn't really matter. I forgot to mention Jessie Jane. She's going to be headed to TNA for a little bit. Her and Chemical X, that being Gigi Dolan, Shotzi, and who else? I cannot remember her name. Oh my God. I can't remember her name. But anyway, they'll be heading over in TNA for a little bit. Okay. Moving on. So there was a brawl that took place with Hank and Tank. They got into it with Wesley and Tyson and Tyreek. Who cares? So, who gives a shit? Moving on. Jaida Parker says that Jordynne Grace messed up. She messed around and found out tonight. Nobody was standing in her way of becoming NXT champion. You're looking at the brand new women's NXT champion next week. Clock it. Good promo here. I don't think that Jada's going to win next week. Obviously, she's not going to. Obviously, this sets up Jordynne Grace to kind of interfere and maybe do like a distraction for Jaida. And then you have Jaida and Jordynne going into Stand and Deliver, which makes the most sense. Just go ahead and make it into like a little mini feud because they're both really the future. So undoubtedly, that's what's going to end up happening. So there's that. Moving on. Ricky Starks, he defeated Ridge Holland in a kind of a boring match, not because of Ricky, but because of Ridge. No wonder he's being put in with a tag team with with Eddie Thorpe. No wonder they're going to try to put them together as a tag team. That's fine, I guess. Are they going to get over? Probably not. Ugh. So Ricky wins via the Rochambeau for the 1, 2, 3. Nice. Moving on. So, Jevon Evans, he's going to be taking on Lexis King next week for the Heritage Cup, which that's a no-brainer. We obviously know that that's going to set up for an interference on the part of the Dark State. So that's smart, I guess. I don't know. Moving on. So Kelly Kinnaid, she has a backstage interview with Ricky Stanks. Ricky knows that it's stand and deliver season. Each victory counts, and he's going to deliver on every promise he made to the NXT universe. So the Calling, their sorry asses show up. Not all of them. I do like mostly everybody in the faction except for lame ass Sean Spears. Fuck him. So Nico Vance says that the Revolution Saints keeps talking about standing right in front of him. So Izzy points out that Ricky has some of the best charisma and talent in the world, but he just doesn't measure up when it matters. So Ricky says that Izzy needs to open her eyes because Ricky always measures up in the right places. So that's cool there. And then he had a little brief stare down with Sean Spears. So clearly it's going to be Sean Spears versus Ricky Saints at Stand and Deliver for the NXT North American Championship. That's fine there. I do like that, although I don't give a fuck about Sean Spears. But if Ricky can take the title off of Sean Spears, let's go. I'll be happy about that. I will be happy as hell. I'll be like a pig in shit. A fat kid eating some cake. Damn, I can't stand Sean Spears. Worthless fucking bum. Moving on. So, the Dark State, they were backstage. They cut a promo. They said that they weren't buying the We Are NXT BS. Winning around got them nowhere. They're 4 talented guys that are not built to be on the sidelines. They're 4 game changers. They're restructuring, remodeling, reshaping the landscape of NXT the way they went. When the Dark State strikes, nobody is safe, and the chaos is going to continue. Okay, this is fine, I guess. So this is another, Shield, Retribution, gimmick, I guess. Nexus, give or take. It's all in a jumble of sorts. I don't know, man. I don't know if this shit's going to work. I'm going to give it time, but I don't know if this shit's going to work out. I really don't. I hope Deion Lennox can get this shit over. I really hope he can. Because, I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't. Main event of the evening, Trick Williams, he defeats Eddie Thorpe, so he wins the NXT Underground match. That's fine. This was not Trick's best work. He ended up missing the Trick shot early on. Eddie Thorpe ended up putting Trick through a table via a back suplex. And then Trick, he finally was able to hit the Trick shot. And then he started laying in his punches, and then that was the match. So, post-match, Trick gets on the mic, and he says that Eddie Thorpe needs to learn how to squabble. Since it's Stand and Deliver, Trick decides to call Oba Femi. So Oba Femi shows up. He takes his shirt off. The two of them, they have a small little brawl briefly for a second. Then Jevon Evans, he shows up. So both Trick and Oba Femi, they shove Jevon Evans. So then there's a brawl that breaks out between all 3 of them. So the Dark State, they're there. They're looking at all the chaos and stuff. And then Jevon hits Oba Femi with a flying cutter. And then Jevon and Trick, they have a huge stare down. And that was the end of the show. This is fine. I know what people are going to say. It's going to be triple threat bait, but it's not. I have a feeling that the Dark State, they're going to get involved next week to cost Jevon Evans. So they still have to form a team to take on the Dark State, which would probably consist of Fraxium, Nathan Frazier, and Axiom, along with Tony D'Angelo and Jevon Evans. And so that's what's going to end up happening. Hopefully. I hope that Shawn Michaels or Triple H, I hope they're not that dumb to book a triple threat match. Oba Femi and Trick Williams is the biggest possible main event for the men that you could possibly do. So I hope that there's not going to be a triple threat match. I hope there's not. We've got basically 5 weeks until Stand and Deliver, so we got enough time. Well, actually, 4 weeks, my bad, not 5, 4. But we got 4 weeks, so we got enough time. But I don't know. We're going to have to play it by ear. But hopefully what I just pitched, hopefully that ends up happening. That way, if the Dark State, if they cost Jevon his title shot, then that should theoretically pull him out of that Trick and Oba feud. Because that needs to be a feud. That can't just be a one and done match. You can't just have basically Trick Williams win or have Oba retain and then one of those guys goes to the main roster. As you can see in the main event, Trick is not ready for the main roster. He's just not. But not right now. He's not ready. But, it is what it is. So, all in all, NXT was okay. Jaida Parker was clearly the standout in this show. She did great character and promo-wise. Everything else was just kind of okay, but it is what it is. But what did you guys think of NXT? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.